What's going on, guys? Friendly neighborhood nerd Star Fox here, coming at you with a UU live today. Today I did make my own team, so don't worry, I'm not using a sample team this time, as we have another video that I'm not going to spoil right now coming up, and I think I'm going to use this team in that video. But yeah, so we got Absol mixed attacker, just enough flamethrower to two-hit KO every single Cobalion set besides max special defense, which has a roll of like 80% chance to two-hit KO. Chandelure average speed for I don't remember, but anyway, I'll remember when I'm playing. And I forgot to put those EVs in. No wonder I died before, but don't worry. I got Scarf Mammoth one. It is my Stealth Rocker on my team. However, it is also Choice Scarf. It's just there to mix up the game a bit. You know how I like my trickery. Got max speed, max HP, Crobats, and it can survive a few more hits. It can't do as much to Salamence, but it will do enough that we want it to. Infiltrator, so we can get behind subs. Chandelure also has Infiltrator, as we don't really need Flash Fire on this team because we have Suicune. Yeah, because we have Suicune. I did originally have Swampert here, but then I figured I already have Stealth Rocks. I don't need two Stealth Rockers, and Suicune's better than Swampert unless you have Stealth Rocks. So I did this because originally I had Special Swampert anyway. So let me bring up the notepad. Just pretend that I'm Luffy speaking right in front of you, okay? Sorry, I didn't mean to sound really nerdy there, but anyway. I called the team Raw. I don't know why. Like, if you guys come up with a better name for this monstrosity of just a chuck together that hopefully doesn't get wrecked by Metagross, and actually it does get wrecked by Crawdon, doesn't it? Damn it, that's what I didn't want that. The song I will be playing during the live today is Pokken Tournament Magikarp Festival remix by GlitchX City. I will have the link in the description below if I don't get up me before I get copyrighted. Because if I don't have that link, I get copyright for using GlitchX City music, as the only real thing you need is description. But anyway, I'll play that for you guys and look for a match. I've only had one match with this, and then that's when I changed to Swampert. Sorry if the song is a bit too powerful for you guys, but it's a good song, even I enjoy it. I really just want to lead Suicune and Whirlpool. Yes, I have Whirlpool on Suicune because I didn't know what fourth move to run. I don't use it very often. I'm gonna go Absol. Just because I don't want him leading off with this thing or Cloyster. Wishing I had Super Fang on Crobat, but this isn't VGC. I'm guessing he can take a knockoff. He's probably got Magic Coat, that's why I led with it. Because he doesn't seem... he's only, like... Didn't mean to get that, sorry. You guys saw my sticky notes popping up, but... I think it'll be too small for you guys to even notice. Delicious, nutritious, superstitious water. Brings out the Entei. He's either going to Extreme Speed or Sacred Fire. See if I had... I think that's the only reason I'd want to run Flash Fire. Just for Entei. Either way, Suicune can take anything. I think he can take a Wild Charge if it needs to. There's Sacred Fire. I do have Rest, but that burn's still gonna annoy the hell out of me. I really want a Scald, but that Sceptile's gonna come in. Gonna Scald. Fortress comes in. gonna Whirlpool, forcing him to Volt Switch. So if I Whirlpool rest, I'll wake up on the last turn of the Whirlpool, where then I can proceed to Scald. Unless he Volt Switches, but not all of them carry Volt Switch, so he has to be defensive pivot to have that. Rest on that. There's Spike, we can get rid of that afterwards. I'm going to switch into Crobat actually, because we've burnt one turn of sleep. I'm going to burn 2. Now I'm going to go into Crobat to defog, as he is at a considerably low amount. I could have switched into Absol at any point then. I'm definitely going to defog. He has no competitive or... what's the other one? Defiant, that's it. So I'm alright to have that taken down. My Suicune does wake up on the next turn. However, I think the safest one for me to go out into is Absol. I will go with Flamethrower, but if he goes in Entei, I just bring in Suicune again. His only answer to Suicune is Sceptile, as I don't think Zapdos can do enough unless it's Scarf, Offensive, or Specs. So I'm going to make the obvious switch into Suicune again. There's Stone Edge, that'll do a bit more. As much as I want to switch into Mamoswine, it doesn't outspeed Mega Sceptile, so do I make that risk? Yes, I'm going to do it. He will now think that I'm Sash, but I'm just going to Icicle Crash. Hey, that rhymes. Even if he had Megaed on the first turn, I would have outsped because of my Choice Scarf, but on the second turn, I would not have. So if he did have Protect, I would have been in a bad position. He obviously didn't Mega though because he didn't want Ice Shard to kill him. Which is a good play, however. Depends what your moveset is. If he didn't have Fortress, you'd think that he was defensive Cloyster as he brings it out. I want to go straight into Suicune, I don't want to deal with this. Go straight for the Scald. Because I wake up on this turn. There's the damage, no burn, but he did need to do that in order to get enough damage on me. I just got a Skype message, spoilers. And that is gone. He should bring in Zapdos here, and if he does, I think I'm going to sack Feraligatr. Yeah, Feraligator's the last thing that I need. There's Toxic, yep, so he's not offensive, which is good. That's why he didn't go out into it before. Now I'm going to Dragon Dance, forcing him to have to go out into Entei. Or kill me, okay. He is running Thunderbolt, so that's good. For us. I think I should be right just to go out and Chandelure and Shadow Ball. As I believe Entei outspeeds Chandelure. Space 80, I believe. Depends on its investment. You could definitely... He has to act. I was thinking I'd go out into Mamoswine, but there's no way that he would need Roost there. As he goes for another Thunderbolt, I do not need Chandelure anymore, so I will continue to Shadow Ball. He does attack, where now I can bring out Absol and proceed to knock off for my life. And if he brings in Entei wanting to extreme speed, I will knock off instead of Sucker Punch, so that if I do somehow survive, I would get an attack off. However, I don't believe I would attack due to me having a negative defense nature. That's there, so I can take relatively small special hits on switching, but there's not many that actually do. Choice Band, okay, so now that I knock that off, I'm just going to double knock off. There's no reason for me not to. How much did Stone Edge do earlier? 31.5. Okay, so if we sack Absol, we can rest up. He's thinking hard. If he attacks, I get an attack off, but if he extreme speeds and it doesn't kill, I get an attack off. He has to rely on extreme speed killing over. He doesn't have the choice band anymore, so it doesn't do as much damage as it would if it was a stab extreme speed. He's thinking really hard about his decision, like, either it kills or it doesn't. Then again, if he goes for extreme speed, no, 2 extreme speed should definitely kill. There's no reason why he shouldn't click it. Unless he's trying to catch my Suicune on switch in, but I have no reason to. Actually. No, Mamoswine takes out Zapdos, so I'm good. And Scald should beat it on switch in. Yeah, 27%. Should beat it on switch in. So you gonna time out? Either way, I think we have this game in the bag, unless we missed 2 Icicle Crashes at the end against Zapdos, and he hit 2 Heat Waves and got high rolls on one of them. Otherwise, I don't think he could have taken out Mamoswine. So we won that. We're at, what, 1343? That's alright, considering we're not even laddering, I guess. And I barely play UU anymore. I honestly think that UU's even more busted than OU now. But that might just be me. Selgor. GLHF, mate. It doesn't seem like his spike stacks. I can't see him being spike stacks. I can see a Fortress lead. I can also see a Cobalion lead or a Crobat lead. So I think what I want to do is lead. We've got too many checks this weekend. Chandelure. Kinkoba, okay. You'd have to have Stone Edge to be able to hit us. Do I want to take that risk? Because, no, he looks like Stealth Rocks. Iron Head, that's not going to do enough. But it's... I'm going straight into Suicune. Yep. I figured he'd either go out into this or Fortress. So, and the reason he'd go out into forages, of course, is to sack it. I'm not going to Whirlpool as he can just U-turn. I expect him to U-turn, so what I'm going to do is go straight out into... I can't go into Absol, I was about to say that. I don't have knockoff or Memo Swine, which sucks. I'm going to go straight into for Alligators, then he can't switch in Jellison. He should bring out Sceptile, yep. And then I will bring out Crobat. Dragon Pulse, okay, that was his best play. We do survive another one. We don't outspeed Mega Sceptile with anything, so we got to remember that. But Ice Shard does kill him, so I'm going to U-turn. Gonna go into Absol and Flamethrower. He doesn't really have a good switch in on Absol. If he goes in Crobat, I can Sucker Punch. Goes in Selgor, I can Sucker Punch. Got the burns, that's nice. Gyro Ball isn't going to do enough, I'm sorry. Sorry for the bad luck you are experiencing right now. I would have needed the Flamethrower to take this on before, so I'm going to... He's going to U-turn here. What's his answer to Chandelure? I'm going to go straight out into Chandelure, because the only things he can really switch in is Sceptile, hoping that he can kill, but he does not know my set. I could be Spadef or Assault Vest, and he could go into Jellison, because he does see the leftovers. How much investment do I have? I forgot. I think my best bet is going for Shadow Ball right here. Yeah, because I can survive one. That is great for me, as I can bring in something and scare him out afterwards, and I will have the Absol for a Sucker Punch later. He shouldn't stay in here, as if he does kill me, I get to bring in Absol and do as I wish. However, then he can just attack while I go for the knockoff on his switch, while he's trying to counter me while I'm going Sucker Punch. I don't know if Pursuit kills him from that range if he switches out though, so he would probably stay in so Pursuit doesn't kill him. However, it's not. This thing isn't that big of a threat that I don't need. Like, I wouldn't need to go for it in the first place. Yeah, that doesn't outspeed, because 1, 4, 2. Oh, that's a speed tie. No, it's not. We lose by 1. Definitely want to go out into Absol here. He did see that I was mixed, so he might think that I don't have max attack. However, I do almost have max attack. I have 236. So I'm going to go for the Sucker Punch. No need to predict him. I just remembered how bad it would be to predict him there. Again, I'm going to go straight into Suicune. He could Stealth Rock here pretty easily. But again, I still have Crobat. He still goes straight for the Iron Head. He is Life Orb, which is nice. We saw that earlier. As much as I want to do the Absol switch again, all he has to do is stay in to wreck that. So I'm going to go for Scald, yep. We get the burn, which is very nice. Just... It's not as bad as Steam Eruption, trust me. What would he go for? He'd probably go for Sacred Sword here. I could probably roost up with Crobat, because after I roost up, I can just proceed to Brave Bird. Or he can kill himself with a Life Orb plus Burn. He should go straight into Sceptile here. He has no more hazards to put up besides a Selgor. However, I think he's either Specs, Insect Plate, Expert Belt, or Life Orb. He'd be one of the 4. So here I'm going to Brave Bird. No reason for me to keep it around, it is a liability. I am going to go out into Mamoswine, and instead of Ice Sharding as he would think, I am going to... His best switch would be Jellicent, but I don't have knockoff. I'm going to Stealth Rock. And he's going to Scald here, so I don't want to go into Absol. I shouldn't have gone in for Alligator either. I think my best bet here is to Crunch. No Curse Body, which is nice. Burn, yep, figured. Now he should recover here, so I'm going to go out into Absol. As he taunts, that's Magic Bounce. Have fun. I should be safe just to go straight for the knockoff. He can't go out into his Sceptile. He does need this thing gone, so I can see him going for a Brave Bird here. However, I can go straight into for Alligator. I could also see him defogging, but he decides not to do that, as he should bring in Sceptile. His Giga Drain isn't going to give him that much health back, so I'm going to go straight for an Ice Punch. He goes for the Giga Drain, he doesn't get much back. Okay. Gonna bring out Absol. Gonna Sucker Punch. If he switches, he switches, but my best play is Sucker Punching, as if I lose this, I basically lose the game. He does bring out that, so I'm gonna Sucker Punch. Defog. Roost. Okay, so now, knowing that, I think I want to go out into Suicune. Because if he does decide to U-turn, he goes straight into a Solgaleo, which I don't want it to be in when I bring in Mamoswine, as it does outspeed, even if I'm Scarfed. And I should be right just to Scald. Chip damage is chip damage. And it probably will kill, actually. No. I don't have any investment, that's not going to kill. I don't want to rest because I can give him some time to substitute, but he was Life Orb, so we don't have to worry about that. There's no point in me resting anyway. He does go for the Bug Buzz, which is Stab. It was his best play. So I'm going to go straight into... He is Life Orb, so he's going to take out my Mamoswine. I want to leave it so then I can get a guaranteed win against Crobat. So I'm going to go out into Absol and Sucker Punch, as he can't status me because of Magic Bounce. And if he switches out, he dies to Rocks on Switch in. And if he goes into Crobat, I get a free switch into Mamoswine, which can then win the game. And if I switch out into Mamoswine and he doesn't defog straight away, he's pretty much screwed, as he just adds insult to injury. I'm going to Sucker Punch again, I don't want him messing around. If I had to do 5 Sucker Punches, then attack, I would have. I'm going to knock off here, as there's no need for me to do anything else. If this thing dies, Mamoswine just comes back out. GG. I'm having a good day. And I'm touching wood so I don't get unlucky. That guy didn't like that. But anyway, I think there was only 2 battles, but I think we did pretty well today. We didn't get hacked out like we normally do. But that's the end of this UU live, guys. This team, any team, give me... If you guys have some really good UU teams, give me some, because I can't use them. I can't play UU as well as I did. I know I just won a few matches, but I haven't been able to get past 1500 in UU since the new threats dropped down. So that's including the amount of time I actually put into Pokemon Showdown, which is barely anything except for when I'm recording. So you guys always get to see my laddering. Yay. But hope you guys have a good life. Friendly neighborhood nerd Star Fox. I'm out.